This podcast is copyright Full Time Christian, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our store to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, folks, we're live, and it's just in time for the game. Let me switch cameras here. And there's the tip-off. Knights get possession. Scoreboard should be showing up here momentarily. All right. Nora Everson out to Rylan Hood, over to Hannah Hale, going for a long two-point shot, and close, but not in, and jump ball. I believe possession will go to White. All right, let me fix it. There's the scoreboard. Okay. White has the ball, 30 along the baseline, and apparently Green bumped White. All right, 1 bringing the ball in for Patriots. 11 got it from 1, passed it back to 11. All right, inside to 32, put the shot up, drew a foul, maybe during the shot, we'll see. All right. Knights have 2 fouls, Patriots none, and number 32 at the free throw line, shooting for her first free throw, and it's a miss. Score still 0-0. Second free throw is a miss, still 0-0. Nora Everson with the rebound. Gives it over to Peyton Gray to bring back. Peyton over to Hannah Hale. Hannah down to Peyton in the corner. Peyton going for a long 2, and it's off the inside of the rim. Good effort. Number 1 with the Patriots got the rebound. Passed it to an open number 30. Missed her shot, and Peyton Gray gets that rebound over to Hannah Hale. Hannah bringing it down for the Knights, still 0-0. Over to Rylan Hood on the far side. Rylan driving down to the baseline. No shot. She puts it out to Hannah. Hannah stepping out for the 3, and it's out. And 25, Patriots with the rebound, gives it to 1. 1 making a fast break, passes it over to 30. Up on the shot, and no good. Out on White. Nora Everson brings the ball into Peyton. Peyton bringing it down. Going to the far side. Passing to Hale on the near side. Hale stepping inside. Passing back up to Peyton. Peyton going for 3. And good! Beautiful shot for Peyton Gray. 3-pointer. First score on the game. Patriots bringing the ball back. Put the shot up, missed it. Rylan Hood with a rebound, gives it to Peyton. Peyton gives it to Hale to bring back. Hale coming across, down to Gray on the near side. Gray into Everson at the free throw line. Everson out to Hale. Hale over to Hood on the far side. Hood going for 2. It was a long 2, and it's a miss. And number 1 getting the rebound. She's driving down, gives it to 30, and almost lost it. Well, she goes to pass it, and the ball's out of bounds on the sideline. Rylan bringing the ball in for the Knights. Rylan gives the ball to Peyton to bring it across. Peyton over to Hale on the near side. Hale back up top to Peyton. Over to Rylan on the far side. Going for another long 2, and that's a miss. 10 with a rebound. Patriots giving it to 30, who's down court. Had some room. She gets too much defense. She's going to bring it out to 1. Over to 32 for a free throw shot, and she's missed it. Hale picks up the ball, and she's going to bring it back. No look pass over to Gray. Gray inside to Everson. Everson out to Hale. Hale over to Gray again. Gray's going to step out. No shot. She's driving down toward the baseline. And ref says white 1-0. Gray going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Gives it to Hood up top. Over to Hale in the center. Hale puts it up for a three. It's a miss, and Nora Everson going for the rebound. The ball's out of bounds. We'll see who it's out on. Ball was out on White. Gray bringing the ball back in for the Knights. Hale over to the far side. Gray puts it into Everson. Everson puts a shot up. It was a bit short, and jump ball on the rebound. 30-second timeout. Not sure who the timeout's on. I missed the ref signal. Looks like on the Knights. 30-second timeout for the Knights. Folks, you're watching PCCS TV. This is the 2026 Clinton Christian Academy Middle School Basketball Tournament in Clinton, Missouri. This game is Clinton Christian Academy Patriots in the white hosting Polk County Christian School Knights in the green. All right, green ball on the baseline. Nora Everson bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into Peyton. She puts it straight up for a swish from just inside the two-point arc. And so the score is 5-0. Patriots putting up a shot. Oh, good shot. Number one just inside the arc herself. Good for two. Gray bringing the ball down for the Knights over to Hale. Hale puts it inside to Nora. Nora turning around. No shot. She puts it up to Hale. Hale over to, up to Gray. Gray over to Hale. Hale putting up a three-point effort. And that was a miss. And there's a whistle. Not sure who the whistle was on. Patriots bringing the ball back across. Over to 11 in the far corner. Cross court to 30. Up top to 32. Gray tipping the ball, but 32 keeps it. 32 driving down to the baseline, putting the shot up, and it's good for two. And it's 5-4. Knights leading by one. Gray brings the ball into Hale. Hale racing to bring it across. Back up top to Gray. And Gray swinging it down the near side. Putting the shot over the basket to Walker. Walker going for the, trying to put a shot up, ends up passing it to Everson, and jump ball on the floor. Patriots, number one, bringing the ball back across. Down to 10 on the near side, 10 over to 30 in the corner. No shot. She's going to bounce pass back up to 1, up to 32 inside the paint. Missed the shot. They tip it up. 10 gets the putback. Walker gets that rebound, but 10 puts hands on the ball, and it's a jump ball. And it's green ball. Hale brings the ball into Gray. Gray's going to bring it across for the Knights. Gray down to Hood on the far side. And Hood puts it back out to Gray. Gray driving into the paint, puts shot up. It's off the backboard. 10 clears the board. Pass it down to 30. She's driving down to the paint, going to put the shot up. Nora was there to block her way. And Gray gets a hand on the rebound, but 1 ends up with it. Pass it out to 30. 30 puts the shot up. It's a miss. 10 steps in for the rebound. And Apparently the defender was in motion as the number 10 was getting the rebound. So it's a foul. Number 10's at the free throw line shooting for 2. Score is 5-4. Knights on top by 1. Patriots trying to tie it up with this second free throw. Second free throw is, it circled the drain and came back out. Nora Everson with a rebound, gives it to Hale to bring it across. Hale down to Gray in the corner. Gray back up top to Everson. Everson thinking about a shot. She turns around, puts it back out to Gray. Gray going up for a long 2, and 10 clears the board on that missed shot. There's the buzzer. It's the end of the first quarter. The score is 5-4. Knights leading by 1. Exciting game so far. Still anybody's game at this point. 1 point difference, and both teams are playing pretty well. And it looks like the middle school girls are being coached by Brian Gray. Chad Burton is normally here. He's our athletic director. He was here last night, and apparently he's got scheduling conflict. Brian is stepping in. He's our assistant coach with basketball, and he's being helped out by Vanessa Gray on the sidelines over there. And then we've got Heather Hale. She's one of the player moms. She's running stats for PCCS. She normally staffs and schedules concession stand for the home games for PCCS. So she's a regular volunteer. Vanessa Gray is the head volleyball coach. Brian Gray not only coaches but also runs the iPad and manages the scoreboard on the Game Changer app for PCCS. So we appreciate all the volunteers here. And of course, Ariana Larimer running the scoreboard from a tablet right next to me here. She's feeding the score onto the live stream screen that you're seeing at the bottom of your video. We're not running a clock right above that like we've been doing lately today, just to conserve power. We've got a limited amount of power with us, and running that extra camera would take too much of that, so we're going to skip on that today. During the halftime, we'll bring up the schedule for upcoming games, and we'll cover the games that will be live streamed or recorded. All right, white ball as we go into second quarter action. 30 brings it into 1. 1 up top, passing it down to 11 in the corner. 11 back up to 1 on the far side. 1 up to 30. 30 down to 32. She's driving down to the baseline, stepping through. Intended for 11. Ball was tipped up by Walker. Good defense for Walker, but White ended up keeping it. Gray brings the ball into Hale. Hale over to Gray again. Gray down to the corner and driving down to the baseline. No shot. She's going to pass it up to Hale. Hale faking a 3, pass it back down to Gray. Gray driving through, and the ball's on the ground. Jump ball on the floor. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first half. Gray's going to bring the ball in for the Knights after the jump ball. Gray's going to send it to Hale on the far side. She stepped in, and the ball's out of bounds, I think. White ball, 30, pass the ball into 1 to bring it down. 1 down to 10, 10 to 30 in the near corner. 30 back up top to 32. 32 driving down the baseline, passes it out to 30, steps in for a long 2. Walker there with a beautiful rebound. Gives the ball over to Hale to bring it back. Hale over to Gray on the near side. Gray inside to Everson. It's 6-5 with the Patriots up by 1. Everson over to Hale on the far near corner. Hale up top to Everson. Everson down to Walker. And number 11 saw the pass and jumped and stole it, but the ball rolls out of bounds. Out. I'm not sure who it was out on. We'll see what the ref says. Ref says out on White. Green ball. Hale brings the ball in to Gray. Gray's going to bring it across for the Knights. And Gray down to Hale on the near side. Hale over to Gray. She's driving along the baseline, puts a shot up, and it's a miss off the back of the backboard, so it's white ball. 30's going to bring the ball in for the Patriots. 1's going to bring it down. Number 1 down to 10 on the far side, down to 11 in the corner. Back up to 1. 1 driving around the screen, over to 30 on the near side. 30 back up to 1. 1 inside to 32. 32 turning around, driving into the paint, puts a shot up, it's a miss. 10 got the rebound, puts it over the basket, and Hale with a rebound. Hale spinning around to get away from the defender. She's bringing it back. Hale over to Gray. Gray doing a three-point shot and close. And 11 gets that rebound. Long pass to 30, who was open, but Nora gets there before she does. Pass it over to 1, but no shot thanks to Nora Everson. Put it over to 32, and she gets the shot. So it's 8-5. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half. Gray brings the ball down, puts it out to Hale. She's going for a three-pointer, and it's off the rim and out of bounds. Well, White saved it. 11 saved the out of bounds, gets it to 32, brings it across, gives it to 1. 1 down to 30 in the corner, and 30 back up to 1. 1 inside to 32, going for that shot. Missed it. It's out to 10. Walker with the rebound. Walker gives it to Gray to bring it across. Gray over to Hood on the far side. Hood swinging it up top, gives it to Hale. Hale back over to Gray on the far side, drives down, takes advantage of the screen from Walker, and draws a foul. Gray going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Scores 8-5. First free throw's a miss. .25 subbing in for 10 on the Patriots. Gray's second free throw is off the back of the rim. Nora Everson with the rebound and jump ball. 32 got a hand on that. 25 bringing the ball in for the Patriots, gives it to 1 to bring it across. One over to 30 in the corner and travel. Hannah Hale brings the ball in to Gray. Gray bringing the ball across. Down to Hale on the near side. Back up to Gray. Gray over to Hood on the far side. Hood faking a 3. Driving down to the paint, puts it up to Gray. Gray stepping just inside the arc, put up a 2-point effort, and she followed her shot, got a hand on it. It's a jump ball. Possession goes to Green. Everson's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. She's passing the ball in to Gray. Gray for a 2-point shot. Missed. And 11 passed the ball down court. Couple of players open. And 25 puts it up for a layup. Point for the Patriots. It's 10-5. Hale bringing the ball back for the Knights. She's over to Gray on the near side. Inside to Everson. Everson out to Hood. Hood puts it straight up. Oh, close, but not quite in. 32 got the rebound. Long pass to 30. Hale there to block the shot. And a travel on 30. Patriots are going to sub. Number 5 coming in for 30. Hale going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Gives it to Gray. Gray bringing it back across. Down to Hale on the near side. Hale puts it to Gray in the corner. steps in, passes it up to Everson. Everson for 2, and it's a miss. And Gray bats the ball inside, keeps it from going out, but Knights let it go out the other sideline, so it's white ball on the sideline. 5 brings the ball into 1 for the Patriots, and 1's bringing it across. Down to 25 on the near side, over to 5 in the corner, back up to 1, 32 up top of the paint. Drives down, puts a shot up, missed it, but 25 got the rebound. Nope, 32 got the rebound, hands it over to 25, and I missed the whistle. I missed the call, but it's Knights ball. And Patriots are subbing. 15 coming in for 25. Hale brings the ball back into Gray. 27 seconds left in the first half. Gray driving straight down to the paint, and ref says travel. White ball, 23 seconds left. 1 bringing the ball back. She puts it over to, well, there's a whistle. I think that might have been on Hood. Must have been on Hood. She was the only green one there. 1 brings the ball in. Over to 32. 32 driving into the paint. Puts it across to 15. Missed the pass. And it's out on white. Green ball. 10-5. Patriots leading by 5. Gray bringing the ball back across for the Knights. 4 seconds left. Hale back up to Gray. Gray puts it up for 3, and a swish. Beautiful three-pointer buzzer beater for Peyton Gray. Love to see that, folks. Great shot. Score is 10-8 as we go into halftime. Halftime. So it'll be a 6-minute break for the half as the Knights clear the court. Exciting game so far, and it's close, 10-8. All right, folks, you're watching PCCS TV. Folks, I was distracted. I had said I'm going to bring up the schedule. And there it is. So upcoming events, January 20th, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Fort Scott. First game at 5:30.
As a Christ-centered educational environment that emphasizes servant leadership with a biblical worldview.
Sorry about that. I had queued that up as soon as the halftime started, and my system's running a little slow here because I'm running a half studio. All right, January 20th, high school girls, high school boys travel to Fort Scott, playing Fort Scott Christian Heights Crusaders. First game at 5:30, and that will be on camera. I don't think there's Wi-Fi there. If there is, we'll live stream it. If not, we'll record it and upload it later. January 22nd, away game, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Marshfield. And I think same situation. That'll be recorded. If there's Wi-Fi, we'll live stream it. If not, we'll just record it and upload it later. January 26th, away game, high school girls, high school boys at Humansville. First game at 5:30. They do have Wi-Fi, and they've given us access to it in the past, so that should be live. January 27th, away game, middle school boys, middle school girls at Gloria Deo, and they've been gracious to us in the past and given us access to their school Wi-Fi, and so that should be live. And then January 30th, last away game for January, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Hollister. First game at 5:30, and that will also be live. Then we do some home games. February 2nd, middle school girls, middle school boys against Gloria Deo in Bolivar. Specific gym to be determined. And the first game at 6 o'clock, that should be live. February 5th, home games, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys versus Riverview Christian School from Forsyth. First game at 5:30, that's at Bolivar Intermediate School, and that game should be live. And February 10, middle school boys, high school girls, high school boys, Marshfield traveling to Bolivar at Bolivar Middle School. First game at 6, and that should be live. February 13, away game, high school girls, high school boys traveling to Lamont, Missouri. First game at 5:30, should be on camera. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi or not. If they have Wi-Fi, we'll broadcast it. If not, we'll record it and upload it later. February 17, away game, high school boys only, traveling to Springfield Trinity. I expect that game should be live. I don't know if they share their Wi-Fi with us or not. I don't recall. So we'll figure that out. And then February 26th starts the state tournament. 26, 27, and 8 in Joplin and Carthage. And most of those games should be live. Our general practice is we'll live stream everything we can. If we're not available to live stream, we'll record it if available. And our preference will be we'll take the high school girls only because they won the championship the last 2 years. And so we would record those games if the boys and girls play at the same time. But if not, we will absolutely be at all the games and record everything we can. All right, we're back to third quarter action, 10-8, Patriots on top. 30, bringing the ball in for the Patriots, gives it to 1, bringing it across. 1, down to 11 in the corner. 11 back up to 1, 1 up top to 30. 30 over to 32 on the near side, driving down to the baseline. Encounters Nora, but gets around her and puts a shot up, good for 2. So it's 12-8. Patriots making a fast break and miss the shot. 30 for the putback. It's 14-8. Gray bringing the ball in, and there's a timeout, I believe, on the Knights. Ref says full timeout on the Knights. As always, Polk County Christian School athletes, spectators, staff, and the families strive to present a Christian example at all times, on and off the court. Good turnout here in the stands for both teams. Looks like most of the Knights are down to the left. And it looks like we've got some Patriots fans, as well as another team for the next game on our right. All right, green ball on the baseline. Nora Everson bringing the ball in for the Knights. Over to Gray. Gray's going to bring it back across. Over to Hale on the near side. She's driving along the baseline, going to put a shot up. It's blocked by 32, but Gray ends up taking the ball, gives it back to Hale, puts it inside to Gray. No shot. She passed it out to Hale. Hale puts it up for three, missed the shot, and number one gets the rebound. Number one's going to bring it back across for the Patriots down to 32, and 32 back to 1, over to 30. 30 stepping in for a two-point shot around the rim and back out. Everson with the rebound there. Hale bringing the ball down. Over to Gray. Gray down to Hood. Hood puts it up for two, missed it, and 10 with a rebound over to 11. 11, long pass down to 30, and it's out of bounds. We'll see who it's off of. I think it's green ball. Yep, ref says green. Hale brings the ball into Gray. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Gray brings the ball across. It's 14-8. Over to Hale on the near side. Hale down to Gray in the corner. Gray faking a three, drives inside, puts shot up, and it's good! 14-10. 30 bringing the ball in for the Patriots to 1. 1 bringing it across. 1 down to 32. 32 driving in, puts a shot up, missed it. 30 got the rebound, puts it up, and it's good for 2. So it's 16-10. Hale bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Gray on the near side. Gray passing it back up to Hale. She's on the line, but it's good for 2, I believe. 16-10. Nope, 16-12. All right, 1 bringing the ball back for the Patriots. Down to 30 in the corner, 30 inside to 10. She dribbled, and Hood got a hand on the ball, so it's jump ball. Possession goes to Green. Hale's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And Green subbing 25 in for 10. Gray's going to bring the ball across. Down to Hood on the far side. Hood swinging it back up, gives it to Gray up top. Gray driving around the far side. Down to Walker, taking advantage of the screen. Put the shot up, missed the shot, and jump ball. Possession goes to White. .25 bringing the ball in for the Patriots. 1's going to bring it across. She's swinging it over to the far side, taking the screen, puts a jump shot up from way out, and Nora Everson with the rebound, passed it out to Hale. Hale bringing the ball down. Over to Gray on the near side. Gray drives down to the baseline, steps around, puts the shot up, it's over the rim, and 11 picks it up. She's driving down, making a fast break, and puts a shot up, it's good for 2, and she drew a foul, so she's going to the free throw line, shooting for the and 1. Not sure who the foul was on, but it was on one of the Knights, so she's going to shoot for. Ref conferring with the coach. Score is 16-12 at the moment. Well, no, they're just bringing the ball in. Not sure what happened. All right. Ball's in. They put it up for 2. Miss it. Walker with the rebound. And that was Olivia Walker on the rebound. Good job for her. There was a whistle. Green ball. Gray brings the ball down. Puts it over to Hale. Hale down to Gray in the corner. Gray saves it from going out. Hale puts it up for 3. Sinks the tray. 3-pointer. So it's 16-15, a 1-point game. 1 bringing the ball down. Down to 30 in the corner. 30 driving along the baseline, puts shot up, and it's good for 2. It's 18-15. Gray bringing the ball back down. Swinging around the far side. taking the screen. She's going to bring it back up. Pass it to Nora. Nora Everson gives it to Hale on the near side. Hale puts it up, missed the three, and the ball's out of bounds off green. .30 brings the ball in for the Patriots. One's going to bring it across. One stopping short of the free throw, puts it over to 32. She drives into the paint, puts a shot up, and Nora bats it out. Keeps the shot from going in, does not foul. So it's white ball on their own baseline. One's going to bring it in. She puts it into 30 in the corner. Hood there to trip it up, almost got the steal. 30 back to one driving inside, puts a shot inside to 25. She puts it up, but Walker grabs it, and Gray's going to bring the ball back. Gray down to the far side, going to put the shot up, and traveled. I think she traveled right before she would have been fouled. That's what she was going for, trying to draw a foul, it looked like. Well, all right, one ref said travel, the other one said foul, so we're getting credit for the foul. And Nora Everson's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Under their own basket. Everson into Gray in the corner. She puts up a two-point shot. Missed that, but 25 gets a rebound. She's going to bring it back. Pass cross-court to 30. Turns around for a blind shot and puts it in for two. It's 20-15. 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Hale bringing the ball back down for the Knights. Over to Gray. Gray driving down to the baseline and draws a foul. Puts a shot up, but I don't know if that counted or not. I think the foul may have been before the shot. Looks like it. It was still a good shot, though. Everson brings it in, gives it to Gray, and Hale in the corner. Three-point effort, bounced up. 11 got the rebound, long pass to 30, and 30 saves it from going out of bounds, but Hale ends up with the ball on the floor, and Coach Gray calls a timeout to keep possession. And 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Looks like it'll be green ball on the inbound. Score is 20-15. Exciting game so far. Happy to be here in Clinton. This is our last game for the day. When this game's over, we're going to tear down the studio and head to lunch and then head home. Green ball, Nora Everson bringing the ball in, gives it to Gray to bring down. Gray's coming down the sideline all the way down to the corner, driving along the baseline, and going to pass the ball. Well, I couldn't tell if it was pass or shot, but ref's going to give her credit for attempted shot and a foul during the shot. So Gray's going to the free throw line, shooting for two. 3 seconds left in the third quarter. First free throw off the rim. That's a miss. Second free throw off the rim and bounced out to 11. No time for a buzzer beater, so that's the buzzer. 20-15 as we take a break before fourth quarter action. You're watching PCCS TV. Tell you what, both these teams have showed up to play today. Nobody has given up on the game. Exciting action here in Clinton. While we're on a break, I'm going to test my 3-point signals. I didn't see that one on that last 3-pointer we had. All right, looks like 3 of my 4 are working. All right. And there's the buzzer. Time for fourth quarter action. Patriots are back out on the court. Green ball. Hale's going to take the sideline, bring the ball in for the Knights. Going to pass it into Gray. Gray bringing it across. Down to Hale on the near side, back up top to Gray. Gray over to Hood on the far side. An immediate jump shot for 2. Missed that. 11 got the rebound. And they're open. Bounce pass to 30. She's driving down. Slowed it up. Didn't get the shot off in time. And double dribble. Green ball. Hale's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. She gives it to Gray. Gray bringing it across. Gray over to Hale. Hale, oh! Ball's out of bounds. It's Patriots ball. 30's going to bring the ball in for the Patriots. Ball, 1's going to bring the ball down for the Patriots. And over to 10 on the near side. 10 to 30 in the corner. 30 inside to 10. Puts it up and over the basket. Walker there with a rebound. Over to Hood. Hood. Travel. Patriots, 30 brings the ball into 1 bringing it across. 1 down to 32. She's driving down to the paint and out to 11 in the corner. 11 cross court to 10. 10 out to 30. 30 up top to 1. 1 over to 11. 11 back out to 1. 1 swinging it up top. Inside to 32. Drive it down to the paint. She encounters Walker. Can't get the shot in the basket. And apparently on the putback they drew a foul. So 32 going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. The score is 20-15 with 4 minutes 40 seconds left in regulation play. And first free throw's up. It's 21-15. Second free throw is good. 22-15. All right, Peyton Gray brings the ball into Hannah Hale. Hale bringing it across over to Hood on the far side. Hood swinging it back up top. She's giving it to Gray. Gray up top to Hale. Hale over to Hood on the near side. Hood going for 3. Nope, ref signaled it was a 2. And Olivia with a rebound, but 10 grabbed a hold of it, so it's jump ball. Possession goes to White. 30 brings the ball into 1. Gray meeting her at the half-court line for pressure. 1 brings it across over to 32 on the near side. 32 trying to get into the paint. She's coming back down, going around to the baseline. Outside to 32 and missed the pass. The ball's out of bounds. Green ball. Hale going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Passing it into Gray. Gray's bringing it across. Gray over to Hale on the near side. Immediate three-point basket. Nothing but net. Beautiful shot. So it's 22-18. 1 bringing the ball across for the Patriots. 3 minutes 44 seconds left. And 1 cross court to 30 in the corner, 30 up to 1 on the near arc. And back to 30 in the corner, up top to 32 for a shot from the top of the paint. And Patriots save it from going out and end up giving it to Gray. Gray make it a fast break. Drive down, puts shot up, draws a foul. And that's on 11. Peyton's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. First free throw off the back of the rim. Second free throw is good. 22-19. 5-point lead for the Patriots. And number 1 trying to make a long pass. I think that, number 1 trying to make a long inbound pass. Ended up hitting the backboard. Don't see that very often. So it's green ball. Everson bringing the ball in for the Knights. She's passing it up to Hood. Hood over to Gray in the corner. Gray for a 3-point effort. It's off the rim. And Gray followed the shot, but one ended up getting the rebound. And there's a whistle. I couldn't see who the signal was on. Maybe on 1-5. I think the ref said something 5. Peyton's probably the only one out there ending in 5. So 30's got the ball for the Patriots, down to 11 in the corner. 11 passing it cross court, intended for 10. It's batted away, and 32 got the ball, and she ended up driving into the paint, putting the shot up, and drew a foul. 32 going to the free throw line, and if I remember correctly, I think she just got 2 on the free throw line. So this bodes well for them. 22-19. It's still 22-19. 3 minutes 5 seconds left in regulation play. 32 going for their second free throw shot. That one's a miss, and the ball's out of bounds. And Hale's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Gives the ball to Gray to bring it across. Gray over to Hale on the near side, back up top to Gray. Gray over to Hood on the far side. Hood back to Gray. Gray. Passing it inside to Walker. Walker out to Hood. Hood over to Hale on the near corner. And Hale up for 3. It's a miss, and Peyton saves it from going out. Everson picks it up, puts it out to Hood. Hood down to Gray in the corner. Well, thought it was going to Gray in the corner. I think she got fouled. 2 minutes 31 seconds left. Ball goes to Green. Everson's going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Nora passing the ball in to Gray. Gray driving down to the paint. Bounce pass to Nora. Nora puts it up. It's over the basket, and 10 gets the rebound. 11 ends up with it. Passes to open 30, and Hale gets down there but didn't quite have her feet set as she put the shot up. So that's a foul on Hale. Good effort. Appreciate her being there that quick. Good defense. All right, 30 on the free throw line, 22-19 with 2 minutes 15 seconds left in regulation play. 30's first free throw is in, 23-19. Second free throw effort. Second free throw is a miss, and Walker with the rebound. Good to see that. Gives the ball over to Hale to bring it back for the Knights. Hale over to Peyton. Peyton Gray. Peyton driving down, puts the ball down to Everson. Ball's back out to Gray. Gray driving in, can't get a shot across, back into Everson. Everson out to Hood, and Hood, a good 3-point effort. Hood followed the shot, 11 grabbed the ball, passed it over to 1. 1 driving down, setting up an offense, gives it to 32, and 32 puts a shot up. It's no good. Hood with the rebound, and there's a whistle. Ref says white 3-2. So it's green ball. Hale's going to bring the ball in for the Knights, gives it to Gray. Gray bringing the ball across. Over to Hale, back up to Gray. Gray going for a three-point effort. I thought that was in. Hale followed the ball, got the rebound out to Gray. Gray driving into the paint, putting the shot up, and it's good for 2. And a foul on 32, the ref says. So it's 23-21. 2-point game. Peyton could tie it up here. 1 minute 24 seconds left in regulation play. First shot is out. Actually, I forgot that was an and 1. So it's Patriots ball. 30 gets the ball on the inbound. She's passing it over to 1. 1 gets it across. Good defense from Peyton. 32's got the ball. Puts it out to 11. 11 cross court to 30. 30. Passing it to 1 on a handoff. 1 in the corner. And foul, I think, on Peyton. Yep. 15. And looks like 1's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. We've got 5 fouls, so they're in bonus. 1 minute and 1 second left in regulation play. It's a 2-point game right now. Number 1's going to try and expand that lead. Her first free throw is out. Second free throw is in, so it's 24-21, a 3-point lead for the Patriots. Gray bringing the ball back down for the Knights. Over to Hale on the near side, back up to Gray. Gray drive it down, puts it out to Hood. Hood going for 2, and it's in. 2-pointer, so it's a 1-point game. Patriots grabbing the ball and bringing it in. 30's got the ball. Gray providing pressure. Get the ball over to 1. 1 long pass to 32. 32 down to 11 in the corner, inside to 10. Put the shot straight up, missed it, and ball's out. I believe tipped out by White. Nope, tipped out by Green. White ball. Timeout. Ref says full timeout on, I couldn't tell which team, not that it matters. All right, 30 seconds left in the game unless we end up in overtime, and that's a possibility. Patriots have led most of this game, but the Knights have closed the gap to 1 point. So it's still anybody's game. They absolutely came to play today. The Knights won yesterday against the Tigers, I believe it was, LSA Tigers. And so that puts them in the running for first place in this tournament. We'll see if they can come out on top here. Of course, we're rooting for the Knights, but absolutely the most important thing, we're rooting for a good game, good sportsmanship, good effort on all sides, and that's what we're seeing today. Great sportsmanship and great teamwork for both teams. Happy to see that. That's the kind of basketball we love to broadcast. All right, folks, you're watching PCCS TV. Patriots ball under their own basket. 32 is going to bring the ball in for the Patriots. 30 seconds left. The Knights are going to have to really make some changes if they're going to come out on top. Number 1 gets the inbound. She's bringing it up. Looks like they're maybe slowing it up a little bit, trying to run some clock off. Number 1 gets the ball back, and there's a whistle. Timeout on Knights. Well, again, folks, I'm showing that I don't know the rules. There's some discussion about can we do that. Either way, it's white ball on the sideline, 30 bringing the ball into 1, bringing the ball back up top, and, well, there's a foul on Gray. So, number 1's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. 15 seconds left in the game, at least in regulation play. Patriots have a couple of players back in the backcourt in case they end up with possession. And first shot's a miss. It's a little short. She's got another shot. She could widen that gap to a 2-point lead. And the ball's up, and that one's a miss. And possession goes to Green. 15 seconds. Now they're going to timeout. Looks like a full timeout. Yep, full timeout, probably on the Knights. Folks, I don't know who's in charge of the playlist here at the Clinton Christian Academy, but I appreciate it. All right. Ball's in. Ryland bringing the ball in to Gray. Gray bringing it down, passing it to Hale. 8 seconds. Hale to Gray. Gray putting the shot up, missed it. 3 seconds, and they're going to hold the ball. Nope, the ball's out of bounds. 2 seconds on the clock. And looks like a whistle. I think White's going to take a free throw. I didn't see what happened there. That further demonstrates I don't know the game that well. So number 11, I'm not disputing the ref's call. I just didn't see what happened. So number 11 shooting for free throw, 24-23. Her first free throw is a miss. Timeout on White.
This broadcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved.
All right, folks. You're watching PCCS TV. PCCS, Polk County Christian School. But it's also promoting Christianity and compassion in school. Appreciate you tuning in to watch our games today and for supporting youth sports and Christian youth sports in Southwest Missouri. All right, that's the timeout. Players are back out on the court. Number 11 back on the free throw line. One shot left. Patriots have several players in the backcourt. All right. 2 seconds left. Looks like another timeout. I think Coach Gray is trying to devise a strategy to get the ball inbound, down court, and at least one basket to either come out on top or maybe get a foul and get in a free throw. I'd love to be a fly on the wall over there and see what his strategy is. All right, players are back out on the court. It's Knights ball. Peyton Gray going to bring the ball in for the Knights. And she needs a player down court. Pass it down to Hale, but that didn't quite work. Patriots stole the pass and put it up for a buzzer beater. Missed the buzzer beater, but they won the game 24-23 for a final. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us on PCCS TV. It's been a great tournament. We appreciate Clinton Christian Academy hosting us and being such gracious hosts the whole weekend. They've been very good to us, and we appreciate that, as they always are. That was no surprise. All right, hope to see you here again next year for the Clinton Christian Academy tournament, but we'll see you this week for, well, this coming